You ready?
I am.
At this point in time.
All right, this is a special called board meeting of the Breckinridge County Board of Education. We thank all of you for being here. We'll go ahead and call us to order. We do have the middle school KYA here who's going to speak to us here in just a bit, so we want to recognize you as guests here. Roll call, all the 5 board members are here. Under routine consent actions, approve the minutes of the special called meeting November the 10th, approve the treasurer's orders, and approve payment of bills.
So moved.
Joy makes a motion, Vanessa seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Move on to student presentation and recognitions.
I am thrilled to welcome some very special members of our BCMS KYA delegation. So if you all come forward, I've asked them if they would maybe share about their recent KYA experience. Ms. Krista Wynarski's here with them, and just really looking forward to hearing that this group rocked it out. So we're really excited to hear more details about your experience.
I'm Anna Priest, an 8th grader at Breckinridge County Middle School. After COVID hit, I was pretty excited when we got to do anything semi-normal. But when I found out I got to go to KYA for my last year in middle school, the excitement was unreal. Attending KYA Middle School 1, November 7th and 9th, was one of the best decisions I have ever made. And I know that I'm not the only one that thinks that. 21 students from Breckinridge County Middle School attended Kentucky Youth Assembly 2021. KOA showed us how government worked and taught us to speak up because our opinion always matters. BCMS brought 2 bills. Our Bluegrass bill entitled, An Act to Require Carbon Monoxide Detectors in All Buildings That Offer Public Services. This bill was the highest-ranked Bluegrass bill and passed in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Our Commonwealth bill entitled, An Act Relating to Maintaining the Safety of All Citizens Through 911 Text, was the highest-ranked Commonwealth bill and passed the House and the Senate, the Student Governor, and the General Assembly. Breckinridge Middle School received a Premier Delegation Award. A 7th grader, Jaden Kazee, received an Outstanding Delegate Award. 2 other 7th graders, Keeley Fraley and Ashton Powers, took home Outstanding Speaker Awards. KOA was an amazing experience for all of the students that attended. We thank you all for letting us go to the Crown Plaza in Louisville, Kentucky for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.
Very good.
Brady Stevenson. My time at KYA was extraordinary. It was by far one of the best experiences of my life. On my first day of KYA, I was extremely nervous. I was a bill sponsor, which meant I had to present a bill. Our bill was an act to introduce 911 text to all Kentucky counties. After presenting our bill, we got to watch all the other schools present their bills. Watching all the other schools present their bills with different techniques was very interesting. On the second day of KOA, the feeling of getting our bill passed in the Senate and the House and by the governor, and our bill and the Commonwealth bill getting voted best Commonwealth bill out of all the Commonwealth bills was unbelievable. I made many new friends and spent time with old ones, making many new memories as well. Overall, my time at KOA was awesome. Thank you for allowing us to attend KOA. I can't wait to go back to KOA next year.
I'm Ashton Powers, a 7th grader at BCMS. Before attending KOA, I had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into. I expected it to be boring, unchallenging, and a mediocre experience. However, this has been one of the best experiences I've ever had. Going into this, I knew that I wanted to make a difference and leave an impact on this conference. In 2018 in San Antonio, Texas, my family and I were poisoned with carbon monoxide in our hotel room. This tragic major event in my life drove me to make a bill on carbon monoxide poisoning. This bill was an act to require carbon monoxide detectors in all public service buildings. Our bill ended up ranking #1 out of all Bluegrass bills. Not only was this a great way to make people aware of this situation, but it allowed me to further understand the lawmaking process in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. My bill group spoke in both the House and Senate chambers and later presented to the youth governor. At the closing assembly, I was also awarded Outstanding Speaker. I'm very honored to be given this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to future conferences.
Jaden Kazee, a 7th grader from Breckinridge County Middle School. This was obviously my first year at KYA, but let's just say I was more than nervous. Before attending KYA, I had no idea what kind of friends, confidence, and fun that was at my fingertips. At KYA, during the first pro-con speech debate conference, I had the opportunity to speak in favor of one of my best friend's bills about carbon monoxide and her experience with this horrible, deadly gas. Being able to support a topic that meant so much to her was really the best thing. Along with the fun conferences and karaoke in the hotel room, with my friends, but after the debates, as well as the feeling of walking in front of the House and Senate rooms at a podium to represent a bill I was either in favor of or against was a big eye-opener and helped me learn more about speaking on behalf of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Thank you to Ms. Winarski, who was there for us, making sure we felt that, and making sure when we left KYA it was be a trip that we would never forget. Along with this amazing trip, I received an award for being an outstanding delegate. Also, I ran and got second runner-up in a game we played at an assembly. With this being my first year, I was afraid of being away from my family in Louisville and committing to waking up every morning and jumping straight into the day, but I wouldn't have changed it for anything. I made new friends and I have a lot more confidence in my speaking. All in all, this was a great experience and I can't wait to do it all again next year.
I'm Keeley Fraley, a 7th grader from Breckinridge County Middle School. When you hear KYA, you probably know it's Kentucky YMCA Youth Assembly. But whenever I hear KYA, I think of it as facing my fears and talking in front of dozens of people and meeting kids who are like me, joining together to create new ideas. I know this is how kids have been taken seriously and what we believe in. When we first got to KYA, I was terrified. I thought I wasn't good enough. But when I got there, I noticed that we were all the same. Kids who are with our schools who know we have a voice. Once we got to the assembly room, they did a practice bill to show how it all goes. They did a pro and con speech, and I thought everyone in the room was going to raise their hands, so of course I did. But once I raised my hand and looked around, I realized I was the only kid on my half of the room who was raising their hand. To put this in perspective, there was over 500 kids in the room. Me and two other kids went up and did our speeches. My whole body was numb, but after it made me feel so much more confident with my other speeches and presenting our bill. Once our bill passed, I knew I wanted to do this over and over again. It was so much fun. And next year, I'm running for governor, so fingers crossed. But so now next time you hear KYA, you know it's not just make-believe where kids go and present bills. It's so much more important than that. It shows that kids have a voice and that we are important because we are the futures of our country and we should be taken more seriously. That's what KYA is about. And thank you for letting us go.
So who's the best at karaoke?
Definitely me.
Yeah.
Me and Ashton were in a room, so it definitely was us. Yeah,
Okay.
for
Ms.
sure.
Ms. Winarski, is there anything you'd like to share?
Thank you. Thank you for supporting the kids. Thank you for allowing us to go. You wouldn't believe the confidence and their ability. When we were talking about this year, I was nervous because with COVID, kids have become more reserved, more shy. They don't want to put themselves out there, and I'm thinking none of them had ever been before, and you can see how outstanding speakers they are, the confidence they've gained. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for believing in my students and allowing us to go. And something about Keeley, she was very shy, but she went ahead and put herself out there. By the end of the conference, when she raised her hand for a con speech, people were like, oh no, she's coming. She was destroying bills, and they were getting defeated because of some of the con speeches that she was having. So she had such a stamp on some of the speeches that she's given. And she was the one, Keeley and Ashton got the speaker awards, and she got the delegate awards. So it was such a great group. We didn't get a trophy, but I tell you what, with this group and them, they were always asking questions. They were always giving pro-con speeches. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I am so proud of them. And again, thank you so much for supporting us.
Well, thank you all. Thank you. Well, I can't wait to watch for years to come as they continue to go to KYA in 8th grade and 9th grade, 10th grade. 11th. It's going to be great watching all of you do great and wonderful things.
I can tell you, as a 7th grader, I would have never been able to do this, much less that.
I wouldn't do it now. What are you talking about?
You guys are definitely an inspiration to all of us and to the entire school system. I want to thank you all for that.
Next year when you come back, we'd like us to see a video of the karaoke.
Yeah, we'll take one.
And Keeley, what was your last name, hon?
Fraley.
Fraley.
Okay, I didn't catch
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you all so much.
All right. I've got some recognitions as well. I'll go through them quickly. I'd like to congratulate Ben Johnson Elementary School PE teacher / guidance counselor, Mr. DJ Riggs, for being awarded the Kentucky Shape 2021-2022 Distinguished Service Award Mr. Riggs was awarded this honor for his service in the fields of health, PE, recreation, and dance in the state of Kentucky. Congratulations to the BCMS cheerleaders for finishing as runner-up in the game day division at the KPOS regional competition at Owensboro High School on November 14th. Congratulations to the 21 students at BCMS who attended the KYA on November 7th through the 9th for the middle school delegation. They earned a Premier Delegation Award. Jaden Kazee received the Outstanding Delegate Award, and we just learned about that. And Keeley Fraley and Ashton Powers received the Outstanding Speaker Awards. Congratulations to the BCHS, who we're going to hear from in January, KYA delegation for representing Breckinridge County November 21st to the 23rd. The delegation consisted of 51 students and won the Outstanding Statesman Award. Caden Lucas has been elected to serve as the KYA 2022 Governor, and Claire Thornhill was named the KYA 2022 Secretary of Economic Development and Secretary to the Cabinet. Bailey Harper was named an Outstanding Delegate. Elena Wright, Caden Lucas, and Ava Macy won Outstanding Speaker Awards. And just want to thank Mrs. Krista Minarski and Mrs. Alice Hall for accompanying the delegation to KYA. I'd like to recognize IES preschool teacher Mrs. Amber Brown for taking her class to Save-A-Lot in Hardinsburg last month to learn about shopping while helping our local Breckinridge County food pantry. Thank you to Sheriff Billy Richardson, Overton Police Chief Brandon Brinkley, and Officer Bruce Anthony for accompanying the class. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to congratulate the high school quick recall team for defeating Cloverport this past Monday night. And that concludes
Very awesome. Lots of good things to recognize. We'll move on to item 4, which is discussion and action items. And under A, instruction and curriculum, would be the Head Start report. Hello, Jared.
Well, good evening. Well, during November, of course, we were busy with lessons on sharing and giving thanks. We were excited that our students were able to enjoy Thanksgiving lunches from all of our cafeterias. It was always great every year. Shelley Jeffries, our instructional coach, and our family service coordinators, they finished up training with Head Start folks since they were new and getting some revisions for this year. And then we also created a new and improved screening tool to assess our students throughout the year. And I want to give props to Dr. B for his expertise in helping us develop that. So we're pretty excited about that change that we made. So that is my report. Any questions?
All right. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much,
Thank you.
Jared.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to item 2, which would be the approve the district and school improvement plans, and that'll be Dr. B.
All right. Thank you, guys. He really deserves all the praise on the assessment. He and Shelley Jeffries have done a phenomenal job with that. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump in, if that's okay, and talk about our comprehensive district improvement plan. As in years past, our schools develop their school improvement plan, and we develop our district improvement plan based on that. So I will keep this short and sweet, if that's okay with everyone.
We like short and sweet.
As a district, we're required to create 6 goals, so they're in proficiency, as you can see with reading and math, separate academics, with science, social studies, and writing, growth. With growth, we look at state and local data in reading and math. The achievement gap, we're still focused on free and reduced lunch and our students with disabilities. In our transition readiness goal, we're looking at post-secondary readiness. This is preparing students for life after high school. And then in graduation rate, of course, is percentage of students graduating this year and for years to come. Oh, I guess I have to clicker, don't I? Sorry. All right, as far as all schools, we have developed 26 strategies for the district, okay? But all schools have some sort of strategy focusing on addressing learning loss due to the pandemic. After school learning, whether it be after, before, or during, social emotional well-being of students and staff. Now, also a big part of that we have this year's our Terrace Metrics assessment that we're doing to help to screen those students and determine what students need help, socially or emotionally. And then we are, of course, working collaboratively, with our Brave Academy, Miss Ashley Norwood, who's doing a phenomenal job with the Brave Academy, and Mr. Butler, to be able to provide the best platform remotely for students that we can this year. Now, specifically within our schools, we have our high school, middle school, and elementary schools. High school, of course, is still focusing on post-secondary readiness, credit recovery, and dual credit course offerings. Mr. Miller and the leadership team out there are doing a phenomenal job continuing to increase dual credit course offerings. Our middle school is doing some really outstanding work with Flex Fridays, the Tab Room, which is our take a break room. Math interventions, Ms. Tabor's doing a phenomenal job. And IXL Diagnostics, what that is simply identifying the needs in reading and math for our students and then working to meet those needs. In our elementary schools, as you know, we've hired this year intervention teachers in all our schools. In our elementary school, we're specifically targeting interventions in reading. That's our Rise and Rise Up. We have morning and afternoon meetings. This is kind of getting a temperature check on how our kids are doing socially and emotionally. Our Go Math curriculum we purchased as a district so we can vertically align kindergarten through 5th grade. Excited about that. And then also we are now moving on in January training our individual PBIS teams at our school levels so we can start putting those positive behavior interventions in place. And then I just want to thank you for your support. And if you, be glad to take any questions about any of the strategies in the district improvement plan, or y'all can always feel free to contact me in a later time.
Thank you much.
Thank you very much. All right, we need a motion. Joy makes a motion,
Second.
and Rick seconds. Any other discussion on that? All those in favor? And we'll move to approve. We'll move on to B, which is operations. Under item 1 is here the update on the high school project. Hello, Kenny.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I'll be brief as well, so just to give you a couple visuals of how things are going. Oh, I'll at least do that. So the front entry, if you've been over to the high school, the new waiting area is working. It's not quite 100% done yet. There's still some glass on the inside left to do, but it is very functional. And it is so much of an improvement for security of the school. So we're real happy with how that is turning out. And this is a good picture. As you can see, the ribs on the roof now are installed, and it really does look like a brand new metal roof. So without all the headaches of the previous roof. So we're excited about that. This is just inside the commons area. And that has been completed with the ceilings, the lights, and everything. That really gives a new update to that space. Really looks brand new as well. This is the communicating stair, and really the reason we call it a communicating stair is because it's not a code-required stair, but it does help with the congestion between levels. That was the main reason for installing that, is just to give the students a little bit more time to get from A to B between classes and have that extra ability to move better through the building. And you can see the new rails are up. We're still waiting on the tread material, the rubber treads, but letters are up again. So again, we're real close to having that completed. And then this is a lot, believe me, it's a lot better than it was a week ago. This is inside the media center. And it's all cleaned up and getting ready to finish out the soffits and paint those. So it should come on very quickly now that they're able to move on into finishes. And as you all know, that space is going to kind of be the crown jewel that wasn't originally planned for, but it's going to be the heart of the school when we're finished.
Has Janie's cappuccino machine come in yet?
The cappuccino machine, I don't know. I'm not sure if that one has. It might be a.
Don't give her any ideas.
All right.
No, Mark, it hasn't come.
Okay.
I will answer that.
Just checking.
But when I was in the other day, there were some students that were asking about it, so they're getting excited about it too. So,
The cappuccino machine or the media center?
The media center. I didn't divulge the cappuccino machine.
Well, on that note, last night in the restroom, the Meade County crowd was talking about how impressive we looked, because they remembered being there last year and what our bathrooms looked like and whatnot. And they were, they didn't know I was in the bathroom. And I was so proud to hear Meade County kind of being jealous of how.
That's right.
That's right.
That is good.
That is fantastic.
And then this is on the other end of the building. I think maybe the last time I was here or one before, we were hoping we'd get a roof on it. And now, we've getting to, it looks like an addition now.
Yeah.
So that's moving along well. So we're anxious to get that done. And then on the other end of the school, just some storage that we looked at to help with things on that end of the building with some of the programs, and so that was a good move to add that when we were in the planning stage of the project. So, and then the bus canopy, for a while there, half of it was painted and half of it not, and now that has wrapped up, and so that's looking much better as well. And then on to the onto the baseball, softball complex. Getting really close to punching everything out, but we are gonna go ahead, and our civil engineers are gonna punch out the ball fields by the end of the week. They'll have that completed, because we really wanna focus on, they're already using the ball fields, which they should be, but we wanna make sure that we get the punch list work corrected as soon as possible on that, because we know of a few things that.
My granddaughter informed me that that was a really nice park out there.
It is very nice.
When it's all completed, you know, I don't think there's any place in the state that looks as good, so.
Very proud.
I think I would be too. It is a great facility. And that's my report.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll move on to item 2, which be approve the DCHS project change orders.
All right, we've got 4 change orders tonight, but they all kind of consolidate multiple items. I don't know if you passed them all that email.
I did.
Kind of explain those. So the first one is 4-2 to Sours Commercial Drywall. It's a combination of a multitude of things. So the media center ceilings that Kenny was talking about, that's the wood ceilings. Electrical inspector had his own ideas on some things. We kind of had to accommodate him. Then also some framing, drywall in the custodial closets we created. Four rooms of those, and then some ceiling work. So that's an addition to Sours, $13,972.50. Change order 6-2 to Chambers Painting. This kind of goes along with those same 2. This is the painting of those same areas. The proposal request number 8, the custodial closets. Also in the office area, stairwell leading up to the 2nd floor, that wasn't in the original scope, so there's an additional cost for that. And the last thing was settle a back charge claim where some ceramic tile was deleted. Had to paint those block walls. We previously got a credit out of that, our good buddy, the flooring contractor, to offset that cost. So that was a wash there. So that was $6,968.08 to Chambers Painting. 9-3 to Lust Mechanical. This is proposal request number 8. This involved saw cutting up the floors, running the plumbing, sanitary lines in those new custodial closets for the mop sinks, and then of course all the HVAC and sprinkler lines in those new rooms as well. So that's the big one to Lust Mechanical, $25,096.71. And then lastly, Advanced Electrical Services, $21,615.25. This is again for those custodial closets. There were some panels on those walls that were getting demolished, so we had to relocate all that electrical and reinstall, of course, in the new location, light fixtures. And then also upstairs in that credit recovery room, we added a wall, so we new power and data to kind of split that room into 2, essentially is what happened up there. So again, that's AES, $21,615.25.
Our contracted electrical inspector, he's a jewel, isn't he?
Yes, so going to move to approve those change orders.
And I'll second
No
that.
comment.
Joy makes a motion and Mark seconds. Any other discussion there? All those in favor? All right, thank you.
Just real quick, I was going to kind of touch on what Kenny said, if you don't mind, just give you a little update on some of these areas, specifically those restrooms, those toilet partitions. Should get the last of those should happen tonight, if not tonight, first thing in the morning. So those bathrooms will be 100% complete.
Great.
The grand staircase, social stair, what'd you call it? The
Communicating stair.
communicating stair, social stair.
Yeah, don't call it grand, because I got in trouble for that. Why do we need a grand staircase? Yeah.
We should have that turned over back to you when the students return after Christmas break. We'll be out of there. The only thing is, like Kenny said, we're waiting on a delivery date for those stair treads, but everything else, the floor coverings are starting Monday in the bank. All that should be off the table. So
Good deal.
And then lastly, in the media center, I believe the last time I talked to the furniture people, it was January the 10th, maybe, when the furniture comes. So we fully intend to be out of the way when that furniture hits the site. So that's the plan there.
Okay.
This one's been a bear, to say the least. So appreciate your patience. I know it's been tough. And
So also last night, while we were in the restroom.
Joy spends a lot of time in the restroom.
those doors were being slammed on the stalls.
Okay.
And I had to restrain myself from saying, look, people, take care of these doors. You know what we've been through to get them.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your work. The bathrooms are very nice. And hopefully we're all going to take wonderful care of them.
Have you ever considered a new career as like a bathroom monitor?
Actually, I thought about that. I'm going to discuss that with Dr. Carter here when my term ends.
I think we need to put a plaque on there, the Campbell Restaurant.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks,
very
guys.
much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good Christmas.
You too.
All right, we'll move on to 3, which would be approve the second reading of the 22-23 school calendar.
This is the same calendar that was approved on the first reading. I recommend approval, and we're excited.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Rick makes a motion and Mark seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Move that one. Item 4 would be approve out of attendance area request.
You have the information. I recommend approval.
Go for it.
Vanessa makes a motion, Mark seconds. Any other discussion there? All those in favor? Item 5 would be to act on expulsions.
I move to expel 3 BCHS students for 18 weeks for violation of the Student Code of Conduct, and 1 BCHS student for 36 weeks for the violation of the Student Code of Conduct.
Second. Mark can.
Second.
Joy makes that motion and Mark seconds. Any other discussion there? All those in favor? Move on to item 6, which would be approve the out-of-state field trip for the high school
Now,
chorus
Joy and I, we want to discuss this.
to ACTA, Raleigh, North Carolina, February
Oh, okay.
22nd to the 27th, utilizing district
Yeah,
transportation.
we're gonna wait till the Fort Walton one. to
Looks like a
discuss it.
great time. I am excited about them getting to go, so I recommend approval.
All
So
right.
moved.
Joy makes that motion, Vanessa seconds, because they want to go. Any
No,
other
they want-
discussion?
No, we're gonna wait till Fort Walton.
Oh, they want the next one then.
I'm gonna do both.
Okay. Approve out-of-state baseball game for, a basketball game for the high school basketball team to Perry Central, Indiana, January 15th, 2022, utilizing district transportation.
So moved, and everyone needs to go with us.
Joy makes that motion.
I'll second.
Mark seconds that one. Any other discussion there? All those in favor? Let them go to Indiana. Lastly, here it is. Approve the out-of-state field trip for the high school softball team to Fort Walton, Florida, April 2nd to the 9th of 2022, with parents providing their transportation.
Hey, if my granddaughter likes to tell you, how can it go?
Vanessa makes that motion.
Yep.
Joy's gonna second.
Who has nobody playing?
She's gonna go
For
for
the
it.
Tigers.
Any
Go
other
girls.
discussion there? All those in favor?
You know,
We'll
that's
pass
shark
that one.
clubbing week.
Any BCAA,
When shark
BCSP?
No,
bites
ma'am.
attack.
I'm not gonna
Superintendent's
get in the water.
report.
All right, I'll be quick. Students have almost completed the second grading quarter for the 21-22 school year, and everyone is excited about the upcoming Christmas break. The last day of school before Christmas break for students is Thursday, December 16th. All district staff will report to work on Friday of December 17th for a district-wide training day. And then after that, the break, the next day back for school is Monday, January the 3rd for the third quarter. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize everyone in our school district for their hard work and dedication making this fall semester as great as possible for our students. The challenges that our people in the school district have faced since August have been large. Their dedication and commitment has never wavered, and we are blessed to send our Breckinridge County children to school each day to engage in the learning process with such fine individuals. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
And I would like to make a motion.
For adjournment? Mark makes the motion.
Second.
Rick seconds, and we're all in favor? Thank you all very much.
Gail, are we off the air?
We're out.